It is me, one of your co-hosts and co-founders of the Freedom Sister Movement, and we've got Cordo.
Yep, we've got me, and we've got Vivi, and we've got Tangee on today. Woo woo!
Hello.
We're so excited to speak to these beautiful ladies today. They're going to dive straight into who they are, straight from them, their energy. You're going to feel their energy, their essence, their story, their growth, their contribution, what they're leading, their mission here on this planet. And as always, we encourage you to follow along with their journey and ask any questions. If anything's really stood out to you as you're listening or as you're watching, drop it in the comments. You know, our inboxes are always open, all of us. So ask them questions. Be curious. We always talk about this, you know, if there's some sort of thing in your life at the moment, you're like, I want what these ladies are talking about, or I want people around me like these ladies are cultivating and connecting, then reach out. That's the best thing and the first step that you can do. So if you're watching the replay or you're on live with us, hashtag replay, get involved in the comments. We're super, super excited. All right, Vivi and Tangee.
It's actually Vivi.
Vivi.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you so much for correcting me, because I get so many things all the time. It's like Kirsten, Christian, like lots of different things. So my loves, maybe one of you at a time. Tangee, if you want to start, babe, a bit of your background story, maybe what brought you to this point where you are today, how you both connected, and both of you bounce off each other. That would be awesome.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. I'm Tangee Zenryka. I am a single unschooling mama to a 14-year-old son. And I'm also a quantum coach for ReParenting and Spiritual Evolution. And I'm really passionate about empowering moms, single moms and women to really quantum leap into reparenting their ancestral trauma and being able to really step into their power and really claim their sovereignty, with being able to tap into time, location, inner and financial freedom. So I'm really passionate about conscious parenting and consciously co-parenting with my son's dad.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Powerful.
Yeah, I was raised in a single mother household, so power to the mums who can do that, and single dads, like power to that. But being able to co-parent and have that like really great foundation between the both of you is awesome. So thanks, Tangee, for sharing. That's amazing. Okay, Vivi.
So I'm Vivi Angelica, and ever since a young age, my was so. I've always been the healing. I knew I could do the healing. I did many modalities and tapped into many modalities, but it always came back to the energy for me. And because of the platform that we became a part of, we went to Quantum Magic School. We became certified in that. Right now, we're part of a Kanika code platform, which is all about the bones. And I'm just all about tuning into my body, listening to my body and my intuition.
Yeah.
And we became part of the platform that we are because our dear friend about 4 years ago shared something with us. And at first I was so reluctant to even watch it because I thought I had my path. I went to another series of over the weekend, an event about women being empowered, and I thought, oh, this is my pathway. I'm going to Bali, and I even did a GoFundMe. Wow. And then I watched the platform about our platform here, and it was like, I'm home. Watching the community, the high vibe conscious community, it's talking about 80% inner work and then 20% strategy for any business. And that was like, yes. And it was interesting too, because about 2016, I first heard of the concept of getting paid to be you. And I didn't know how that was going to be. And I was just like surrendering. And then this came through, and we're starting to do that. And it's just been a beautiful thing altogether.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I really love that you touched on the 80 and 20. Like, that is so important. And I feel like a lot of people can be so much in the go, and then they really do forget that, or just aren't as conscious or aware of it. So that's really important. It's been a big part of, I know, our journey, and it is important piece in evolution. Like, it's needed. So I love that you touched on that. Yeah.
And also too, because if you're not feeling safe to receive, and you don't do that inner work to be able to be safe to receive, you're not going to receive.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not just money, it's anything. If you can't receive yourself, how are you going to receive, anything else?
Yeah, I literally was talking to Kristen about this morning, even last night, pondering on old thoughts and things that have come up, reflecting on the past. And then I've now just really come into this new phase of myself, of this relationship with myself. And I feel like so many people can relate to this as well. You go through different levels, and just looking at myself in the mirror, and it's like, well, do you, like, I have your back. If nothing else, like, if no one else has your back, I have your back. So, like, for everybody listening, can you look at yourself in the eyes and just, like, hand on heart say, I have your back? And that's a hard thing to do. And a lot of people might get a bit emotional. For me, it was like this really strong empowerment feeling, but it's taken a lot to get to that point. It's like, if we can't even look at ourselves in the eyes, then how can we look at anybody else in the eyes and really, like, know that we've got them if we don't even have ourselves? So everything that you were saying touched on just, like, was exactly it's like the theme for today. So I appreciate that so much.
And love how the synchronicity of it, because you were just talking about it and then we come on.
Yes.
And I love that you look in the mirror and you say, I've got your back. Because I know I look in the mirror and I do this exercise to love each and every part of yourself, and to accept yourself. And I'm working on that because I've gained some weight. So I'm like, okay, love myself now and when, at all times, not just when I'm thinner, but at all times. There's like it's a coping mechanism here. It's like, it's just to love yourself and just accept yourself for who you are.
Yeah. I love that. It's a large part of freedom, and what we're all about in this community. And what we're just saying, it's about the inner freedom, and the looking within. If it's 80% of looking within, it's 80% the inner freedom, and to gain that outer freedom too. So it all just makes sense. Yeah,
Definitely.
Yes.
I want to piggyback on that because that's what I do with my son too, as part of, like, as an unschooler. The only thing I ever asked him to do, okay, we're going to unschool, because I've been homeschooling him his whole life. But just in the past year, we started unschooling. And I said, okay, as long as we still have growth mindset.
Yes.
As long as we're doing the growth mindset and the inner work. And so we do self-love mirror play, and just share at least 3 things. Look at yourself in the mirror and just share 3 things that you love about yourself and why. And so I feel is so important with the self-love.
That's so powerful. He's very lucky to have you.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's incredible. Sometimes I'm like, Mom, why didn't you homeschool me? The system sucks.
Literally.
And it's like, my mom's like a super, super, super powerful woman. Just so many things. Naturopath. Like, I call her the natural doctor of the earth.
Oh, I
she
love
just
that.
That's
lots and lots of things that come off that. But it never made sense that I went to school. So I always, like, say things to her. I'm like, I should have been at a Steiner school or, like, homeschooled or something.
Literally.
It's all for divine reason and purpose, in anything. And that's such a big point too. Like, whatever's happening in your life right now, it's leading you to somewhere, and it's about that gratitude piece. Like, where can you understand that the universe is cultivating everything around you, or you're a master creator of your reality, and it's all for a reason. It's all to get you to either transcend to the next level of who you are, or another layer peeled back, or an awakening and a remembering of your soul and your soul's contract here. And so everything's in divine order and purpose. And so, if you feel like trapped or exhausted, or you're feeling like life's not going the way that you thought, then it's time to look at why you don't feel that freedom in yourself, why things in your external environment aren't reflecting it, like relationships. Like these two beautiful women have, and I want you actually to share how you came about, maybe how you became friends, or if you're in relatives, like I don't even know.
We're actually sisters.
I love you said that before. I love that.
So you're actual sisters and we're soul sisters.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So like looking at the relationships around you, are they like growth relationships where you get to feel fully supported and fully expressed and fully welcomed and all the things, or not, you know? So I'd love for you ladies to share your story of growing up together then, and how you work in business together and obviously do life together and all the things.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good question. You want to go first, Vi, or shall I?
Yeah. So I'll be honest. I'll own it. We weren't always close growing up.
Right.
We've had some adversities to overcome, you know, and it wasn't always easy. And then somewhere along the line, we just became best friends.
Yeah.
And we've grown because of this business. Actually, we've grown so much even more.
Yeah.
And we came into this business as business partners.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
Actually, Tangee was the one that said, "Oh, watch this," and I was so reluctant, but she was in the process of moving.
I'm always moving. I'm moving again.
Yeah.
Literally.
I love that.
Yeah, it's true, because I told her, I'm all, okay, Vi, I don't have time, because I was literally moving from one place. I had 2 months to find a new place, and it was temporary to live in a place for 2 months. And I'm like, I can't even look at this right now. Vi, you look at it for us.
Wow, I love it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so when I finally did, and I saw, like I said, when I saw the video and I just felt at home, I'm like, yes, this is it.
Yeah.
We came up with a plan to go into business together, to be able to do the business.
Yeah.
Because individually we wouldn't have been able to at the time, but I thought, let's just do this together. We're best friends, we're, you know, and I'm more of the number side of the thing. So I was calculating and I'm like, we can do this.
Yes. I love that. That's so good. That's like me too. I love the numbers and I love the calculations and like the mapping out and plans. And when Court and I get together, we're just like bouncing off each other. You know, you have all this creative fire and being in other people's energy, when it's like the right people that you want around you. It just is like this beautiful flow between the two or between the group. So that's so incredible to hear. Yeah. And what about you, Tangee? What was your experience, or anything you want to add to what Vivi said?
I would love to add to that, because I feel like all of our lives we've been surrounded by the quantum and by spirituality. And, you know, our dad, he taught me how to meditate when I was 4. He taught us about metaphysics, quantum physics, all of our lives. And like Vi said, like our grandma on our mom's side, I consider her like a shaman. Like she was a huge activist for Filipinos in the 60s in San Francisco. And she was also a natural healer. She was a reverend. And so we were always surrounded by that. However, with Vi and I, like I always saw Vi as the one saying, hey, join me for this. Let's do this. Let's do this masterclass. Let's do this conference. Let's do this on spirituality. And so I always loved every single time that we just grew and evolved spiritually together. And however, though, like Vi's right, it wasn't until this business that really just opened us up even more so, like really allowed us to really let go of the ego, really let go of the ego, and really be able to communicate better with one another, so that we can create a more empowering business model together. Like, you know, I feel like, you know, as the leaders in our business, it's called the Magical Freedom Evolution. In our business and in our community, like we've got to be the first ones to model this, right? And so being able to create that open, honest, transparent, conscious communication with each other, it just continues to evolve and grow and expand us.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I'm so grateful that we are doing this together.
Yeah.
Because we've expanded, because we've grown, but also like there'll be times where one can't do something the other one can pick up. Like she was able yesterday, I don't know why, but I was pretty much down. My energy was just so drained. So I needed to honor myself and my body to rest. And she was able to put together what we needed for today to join you right here. You know, so it's like we ebb and flow, and we just complement each other.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so beautiful. I feel like, and I know you'll say the same, Krista, we can relate so much to every single thing that you're saying, because with relationships, it's life, it's business. And so for me personally, me joining this business has shown so much of the potential of what we really can create when we co-create together. And we can just create so much more impact and ripples when we are joining together. So it is about putting the ego aside and really being like, what do we want to create together? Because we'll do more for other people than what we'll do for ourselves a lot of the time too. So, you know, it's a large part of my vision of, and that's exactly what myself and Kristen are doing with the Freedom Sister movement and co-creating with other like-minded people in business too. So yeah, what you're saying and everything, it's very inspiring, and it's really incredible, and you both should be so proud and really acknowledging that in both of you. It's such a beautiful time to be shining and sharing like we are with the community too. So thank you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you. And that's what we're learning too, is to allow ourselves to shine.
Yes.
That
was, I think that was
allowing
the
ourselves
biggest,
to shine.
I think that was the biggest thing for me and her, V, because we're talking about like what the experience was for us growing up. Like for me, this was a lot of inner work that we've been doing, V and I, reflections of each other, because all of our lives, I felt like I was shining too much. Like my family, like I wrote a book on conscious parenting, and I did this and that. And then so I'd always felt like I don't want to shine too much because I don't want to hurt anybody that I love. I didn't want to hurt my Cease. We call it to the Seesters. I didn't want to hurt her, and I didn't want to hurt my son's dad, you know, so I just shined just a little bit, but not too much. And so anytime, anything where I felt like I would outshine her, I would feel bad. And so then like, what am I creating? The reality that I'm creating is then I'm going to get just enough in life, right? And what am I telling the universe with that? So we did a lot of inner work around that.
Yeah. Because for me, on the opposite, I always felt like I wasn't enough. That I was too much. Anytime I wanted to do something, oh, stop, you're too much. You don't cry, don't do that. So then I'd hold myself back. So we've done a lot of work, and it's interesting too, because the Quantum Magic School, she won a scholarship for, and I told her about it, and I didn't, and yet it was such a dynamic that it was meant to, because to allow her to shine, to allow me to be like, that's great, and to allow myself to know that I can afford this, I can pay for this, you know. So it was so many dynamics, and that just opened us up so much more.
Yeah. That was like the most powerful gift right there. That's when we were able to go, okay. I remember the day that I won, and I'm like, oh, and I actually felt bad again. I was like, I won. And I was like, okay, I'm going to call her afterwards. And I'm like, and she's like, no, this is an amazing celebration. We cried and we wept, and then we celebrated, and we're like, wow, this is the gift for us. It was, really powerful.
That is so beautiful. I was just about to ask, actually, and this could be that moment, but what was maybe the most awakening moment, or joining forces moment, or however you want to call it, like where you've just literally looked at each other and be like, oh my God, we've got everything together and we can do all this, and the vision maybe casting, like what was that maybe one experience? You might have went to a retreat together or had something like that happen. Like, do you have a memorable moment where it really like kicked off? You've probably had heaps.
We do, but one besides that,
yeah,
another thing that is when we went to Australia
Freedom Fest.
for the Freedom Fest.
Yes.
We
Oh my
had
gosh.
decided, I decided that we're going. I knew it would be so empowering for us.
Yes.
I didn't know how we were going to go. VIP was done, but I was like, no, we're getting VIP. I don't know how we're getting VIP. We're getting VIP.
Oh my gosh.
And we got VIP. We went, and it shifted so much for us. That's where we met Gabby Kowalski, who was who's the Quantum Magic School. It was her Quantum Magic School, and it's through Gabby's Quantum Magic School she brought on Corey Taylor, who we're taking the Kanika course from. So it's all intertwined, and it's just opening us up and expanding us and up leveling us.
Yeah.
So
I love that. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you say that too, Tangee, what
Yeah.
Vee said? Yeah.
Absolutely. Because like the funny thing is I was trying to figure out a way that I'd be able to take my son, and she's like, no, I don't think you can. You're going to find someone that can watch him for a week.
Yeah.
Because I'm homeschooling and I'm a single mom, and I'm like, how am I going to, and we're going to find someone. It ended up being our mom that watched him for a week. And then she's like, it's so funny. She's like, we're going to be at VIP. I'm like, okay. And the one thing I would like to add is like, for anybody that's watching and like wanting to learn more about the business or anything, when we say yes, when it feels like an authentic, like in your gut, like yes, to follow it. And I love that because Vee said we didn't know how it was going to happen. So when we get out of the what ifs, what if I don't have time? What if I can't afford it? And like shift it to what if this could be the one thing that can actually transform my life, and like get out of the how and just really say yes to ourselves. The universe opens the doors for us.
Get out of our way.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. Get out of the way. Yes. I love that so much. That's amazing, ladies. Well, I just would love we've got to have you back, because I was like, we've found like an energetic thing here with you two sisters. This has been a real honor to have you on. And thank you so much for sharing your beautiful, grounded, like goddess energy. I'm just like feeling it through the screen. It's freaking incredible. Thank you, technology.
Right?
So good. So just from both of you, Vee and Tangee, do you want to share like a bit about your mission going forward, like what modalities you do, your offerings, anything you've got both coming up or singularly, for everyone to follow you on your journey, like just share whatever you around that.
Awesome.
I feel like our missions are a little aligned in a bit. Hers is a little bit more focused to. I'll let her explain to hers, but I'm my mission, I feel, is like to help others just to step into their magic, their power, know their worth, they're worth everything, and to allow that, to trust it, to receive it. And because of our platform, also we get to do this globally.
Yes.
And so not only I interweave my healing modalities along with the business.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. Yes.
She's a powerful healer. She's a powerful healer.
As are you.
Yeah. And then for me, what I do, as I mentioned, I'm a quantum coach, and I'm really passionate about reparenting ancestral trauma. And so with coaching, as a coach, I do light language and toning and quantum activations, and as well. So I interconnect both. I combine both, like the quantum and reparenting, and also the business. So I was also as a business coach, and I love, like, ever since Vee and I joined, like I never just thought that I would love doing graphics. Like I love creating graphics, like Vee and I do graphics, and I love editing videos. And I'm like, wow, I never knew I was this creative this way.
I have to say, because of Tangee, I'm learning to do graphics as well.
Yes.
We teach each other things. Yes.
It's definitely. Yeah. So for me, it's definitely like, as a coach, it's like reparenting the ancestral trauma, conscious parenting. I'm also passionate about conscious parenting. That is my mission, is really to shift the paradigm of how we are raising our children, how we are raising our inner child, and really being able, because I feel like the trauma needs to stop with us. It ends with us in order to create a new earth paradigm for the next generation.
Yeah. 100%, Tangee. Totally agree with what you're both saying. So, ladies, we're so excited to have you back and have a chat and the life update and all the things.
Yes, I say I'm a quantum wolf shaman.
Yes.
All about the wolves. Look at my wolves.
I know, it's beautiful. Wow.
I love that. Oh, V, you're amazing.
And we do oracle readings too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, cool. Yeah.
I love that. Well, as I said, everybody go and follow V and Tangee online, follow their mission, get involved, ask them questions, drop things in the comments. Everything's their socials are also in the description, so go and check them out and reach out if both their energies are super powerful and unique and individual. So just having you ladies on has been so amazing. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're so honored
Heart magic
to be
love.
here.
Heart magic love.
Thanks,
Bye, Freedom Family.
Bye, guys.
Bye.